Hi everyone, welcome to Fin School. I am your friend Arkaprava. The stock today we will talk about is Kotak Bank. Focusing on both its fundamental and technical, starting with the fundamentals, Kotak Bank is a major player in the banking industry, boasting a market capitalization of over 3 lakh crore. In terms of market capitalization, it ranks as the third largest private bank. Now let's check the key ratios. As we can see, capital adequacy ratio is at 23%, whereas the net interest margin is at 5%. Gross NPA is at 2.3%, whereas net NPA is at 0.6%, which is very good for this big large sector bank. And the CASA ratio is at 58%, which is also very healthy. Many people have been expressing concern about the PE ratio being at 20.4, wondering if it is too high. Let's take a closer look. When we examine the historical PE chart, we see that the range last existed in this zone, with a lower value seen only during the 2008 Lehman Brothers crisis. What stands out is the consistent increase in the earnings per share and over time, contrasting with a decreasing PE ratio. This pattern suggests that although the earnings have been steadily growing, the stock price hasn't quite kept this pace. In my humble opinion, this discrepancy hints that the stock might be undervalued. That's how I see it. If we take a look at the quarterly result, we will notice highest ever sale, almost highest ever profit, and another positive point to note is that the NPA, the non-performing asset, is at the lowest level ever, which is also a very encouraging point in my eyes. In profit and loss statement, if we look at the TTM figure, we observe highest ever sales and highest ever profits. One thing that stands out is significant increase in the interest the bank is paying. It has jumped by almost 40% from 14,000 odd crore to almost 20,000 crore, which is quite substantial. Despite this, the TTM sales has compounded at 36%, whereas the compounded profit growth is at 22%. Whenever RBI decides to cut the interest rate, companies in the finance sectors, among others, tend to benefit. Lower interest rate means reduced expenses, which in turn can lead to skyrocketing the profit margin, and eventually this improvement will also be reflected in the stock price. This is what I think. If we check the fixed asset in the balance sheet, we can see that the fixed asset is on continuous rise, which means that the bank is adding more and more branches, which is a good thing. If we take a closer look at the shareholding pattern, we will notice that the promoter share has remained almost constant over the last 3 or 4 quarters. However, the FII have sold more than 2%, but the good news is that most of it has been bought by the DIIs, indicating their confidence in this stock, which is definitely a positive sign. The rest has been purchased by the public. Now let's delve into the technical analysis. If you take a look at the technical graph, you will notice that just before the COVID fall over here, this trend line used to have served as a resistance line. However, over this last 3 years, it has transformed into a support line. Whenever Kotak Bank approaches this 1700 oddish level, I buy this stock. It is a good point for swing trading, as I explain later in this video, and if the stock dips further, we can always average down this stock. Another noteworthy aspect is that this represents the long-term channel of Kotak Mahindra Bank. If it goes back to this channel, we could potentially see a 38% profit. I thought I would share this insight with all of you. Now regarding my strategy, I always swing trade 30% of my total holding in this stock. What I mean by this is that I buy at this level, and when and sell it off when it reaches its support. It is a strategy that's worked well for me and I wanted to share it with you all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel and give it a thumbs up. If you have any question or concern, please don't hesitate to leave a comment below. And if you found this content helpful, please feel to share it with others who might benefit from it. Your support means a lot to me and I appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. Thank you.